This is vlog 4, and for this vlog, we read The Bluest Eye up to the spring section. Um, this novel is by Toni Morrison, so this is what I'll be talking about in this vlog. So, there is a lot to talk about with this book. Morrison's writing is very intriguing, and there's a lot going on, which is incredible to read. But I'm really going to focus on her use of relating to our senses, specifically the sense sound. So at the beginning of the book, before autumn even starts, there's a whole page of her just repeating this story about Dick and Jane and their green and white house. And as it goes on, as it progresses, it starts with short, choppy sentences with punctuation, and then it eventually goes to no punctuation, and then it eventually goes to just it repeating these same words, repeating and repeating and repeating without any punctuation or spaces. So it's just one big jumbled mess. And we kind of touched on this in class, actually, and I really liked what we were talking about and how it kind of represents music in a way, or a song, kind of, and how the choppy sentences at the beginning are kind of like a slower, more steady beat, and then as it goes on and loses punctuation, it's getting faster and harder, and in the end, when there's no spaces, it's kind of like this song has picked up its intensity to its maximum. Also, there is this paragraph on page 15 that reads, "Their conversation is like a gently wicked dance. Sound meets sound, curtsies, shimmies, and retires. Another sound enters, but is upstaged by still another. The two circle each other and stop. Sometimes their words move in lofty spirals, other times they take strident leaps, and all of it is punctuated with warm pulse laughter, like the throb of a heart made of jelly. The edge, the curl, the thrust of their emotions is always clear to Frida and me. We cannot know the meanings of all their words, for we are 9 and 10 years old. So we watch their faces, their hands, their feet, and listen for truth and timber." So the word timber at the end of that quote is actually a musical term, and it is like the quality of the sound. And so when I read that, it kind of reminded me of the first passage, Before Autumn Even Starts, and how once again she's using sound and music to sort of create this rhythm to her writing. And I think even though I'm reading it in my head, I can still hear it and relate to it in a way. Lastly, on page 65, the scene of when the boys are taunting Piccola, they start to sing this chant, I guess, that goes, "Blackie Mo, your dad sleep naked, Blackie Mo, your dad sleep naked," and it repeats. And then at the end of the page, it comes up again, "Blackie Mo, your daddy sleeps naked, stish ta ta, stash ta 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 ta." So once again, this chanting or this rhythmic sound comes into play into the writing. And I think that's very purposeful that it keeps reoccurring. I think that Morrison is trying to make it easier for her audience to actually hear obviously you can't hear through a book, but her writing makes it easier to understand the rhythm and the sound that she's trying to portray in these specific scenes.